Dot and rain on the screen, gypsy witches in the green, casting spells ain't what it seems, living life inside a dream. Magic herbs fill the air, smoke is thick, heavy stare, tangled hair, don't care, enchantress vibe everywhere. Dot and rain, feel the flame, high as hell, no shame, living wild, play the game, rock the night, call the name. Dot and rain on the screen, gypsy witches in the green, casting spells ain't what it seems, living life inside a dream. Magic herbs fill the air, smoke is thick, heavy stare, tangled hair, don't care, enchantress vibe everywhere. Dot and rain, feel the flame, high as hell, no shame, living wild, play the game, rock the night, call the name. Dot and rain, feel the flame, high as hell, no shame, living wild, play the game, rock the night, call the name. Call the name, call the name, coming strong, spirits flow, witches brew, steal the show. Rooftop nights, moonlight glow, digital stage feeling low. Bass on deep, rhythm hit, sage fun and taste that bit. Echo laughs, mind split, mystic vibe, don't quit. Lights of night, ancient song, screens light up all night long. Weed and wine feel so strong, witchy sisters loud and strong. Dot and rain, feel the flame, high as hell, no shame, living wild, play the game, rock the night, call the name. Call the name, call the name, call the name, call the name, call the name.
Hello, hello.
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 Anybody out there?
Somewhere out there.
There are people here. Oh, man.
And this wind is crazy.
I was gonna say, yeah, we all got the wind, and it makes it colder than what it is.
Oh, it's sure.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it's windy here, too.
I was gonna say,
And snowing.
I'm gonna say, it hasn't started snowing doing yet, as far as I know. At least I can't see it anyway.
Right.
But I will tell you, you all know me. You know when it's cold when I am wearing pants. I am wearing my Nightmare Before Christmas pants.
Wow.
So, yeah.
It's cold.
It's cold.
Yeah, it's cold here, too, and it's snowing. Ugh.
Like I said, it says it's 30 something, but like by the advisory, it's only 20, like way down to 20. And right now, we just got wind advisory just issued.
Nah.
Wow.
Yeah, Boomy wasn't taking no chances. He ended up taking his overall bibs and shit to work, because when it gets cold, he wears his bibs and overalls at work.
Right.
So the building gets cold.
Yeah.
Because a lot of those factories don't have heat. It's just
Yeah.
Huh?
That sucks.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think they do, but it's only so much because you're running those machines, and those machines, it's just
Yeah.
they're robots, so they have to have a certain temperature anyway. So, yeah. And it's always the safety thing, and actually having the overalls in the truck just in case something happens.
Yeah.
Yep.
This might be the year we actually see more snow. I know I got told
Shut
last
up.
night to shut my hole.
What?
I said last night I got told to, or early this morning I got told to shut my hole because I was talking about snow.
Oh. uh,
I don't want to hear it.
Exactly, that's what Boomy was telling me.
Neil.
He's like, you don't gotta fucking drive in it.
Yeah, it's called winter. It gets cold. Neil.
Well, it should anyway,
I
but
know.
the last couple of years, it like I said, it's not been that cold. It really hasn't.
Mm-mm. No, I think this year's gonna be really cold.
Well, and it just too is what we were talking about is look, Arizona in the desert hit the
Mhm.
highest record that it ever has hit this year. It was 131 degrees this summer.
Yeah, Death
And
Valley.
it's yeah, and it's never gotten that high ever.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was
Yeah.
like, that's nuts. My another like I watch overnight, which I watch Elton Castee, which is a lot of different things because he does um, the overnight channel. He actually doesn't. His money goes to doing charities and stuff. That money is 100% goes to the charity that he chooses.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, he's even I want to say 5 times Guinness World Record
Hey,
for
Callie.
being the YouTube that has
Hi, Neil.
um that's solely the money goes to a charity. Hey
Wow.
Neil, hey Kayla, Alex. I can't even speak today. Cheers, all.
Cheers.
Well, you're in
I'm gonna.
Canada. It always gets cold. You're close to the mountains and all where the
I
climate
know.
is for real always cold. You guys have snow all the time. Like we
Oh, all
have
the
gone
time.
years without snow.
Okay, that yeah, we haven't gone years without snow.
And that's what I'm saying. Like literally our winters, like we get maybe one snowfall that's stuck. Like it's not like it used to be.
Right.
Shit, I remember being able to go sledding and having fun in the snow when I was a kid. Can't do that shit nowadays.
Hey,
Hey,
Marshawn.
Marshawn.
Hey, Martian. Cheers.
Yeah, absolutely. We got both in our house, and I like it. We have the at least this trailer has been the first time that I've actually have the carbon monoxide detectors. There's
Mm-hmm.
one at each end of the house.
You're a new
But
spokesperson.
unfortunately, because we're in a trailer, and
Yeah.
it makes all of the alarms go off. If there's, it just makes everything go off. It's nuts.
Yeah.
Oh, yesterday on our way home, there was a hubble spot.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's not good. Around the holidays, that sucks.
Yeah, it was one of the houses down the meadows.
Mm.
Ugh. Whew.
We need to get. I think our alarm has carbon monoxide. Oh, is that your? Is that Eve? Neil?
Oh, yep. It's his citrus. It's his citrus pie auto flower he's doing.
Yes. A little
Mm.
Lilith.
A morning day 9. Nice. It looks good.
Right?
Very vibrant in color. Very nice. Very
Mhm.
nice.
Mhm. Right?
That little Lilith. Yeah, it's pretty though. The buds that are coming out on in the middle of it are really neat and very detailed. It's kind of cool.
Right?
And I tend to think because I hate people that said that the weed's not pretty. It is too.
It is too.
Yeah.
I agree.
And there's
I don't think people say it's not, and I'm like, it is too. What the fuck's wrong with you?
No.
people that don't appreciate weed don't get it.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Because even the flowers are pretty. Yeah.
Yep.
And
And that's
his citrus pie looks pretty.
mhm.
Even even though it's only itty bitty, it still looks pretty. Shit, I love seeing some of the buds and shit when they're done, and it's like
Mhm.
the seeing some of the for real purples and oranges, and
Yeah.
it's so neat.
It is.
Cheers.
Cheers. Mhm. Ow.
Oh, that's cool, Neil.
Nice, nice, Neil, nice.
Ugh. Let me see what you said. Yeah, I love it. One square left. And I'm just looking at it like, ugh. I
I'm ready to be done, damn it.
know.
Hey, that's all right. You know you're doing it for your niece, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome. But it's pretty though. Like I
Yeah,
love the colors in that. It's
the
so
colors
pretty.
are so pretty. Yeah. Yeah, I will give it that. It is pretty.
Where's Shan go?
I'm right here. I'm right here.
Can you not hear her, Laura?
No.
Wonder why. I can.
Were you
Okay, never mind.
here?
Hang on.
Can you hear me? Yeah. Oh, she left. Hey, she's back.
Stupid phone call.
Oh.
And yes, as you see, I'm working on a different one. I'm working on a Christmas one. It's actually another
Yes.
Christmas, but this one has bulbs and a big candle. So it's like a table placemat with
Yeah.
candles and bulbs sitting on it. And
That's cool.
sitting by a window because you can see the snow outside.
Uh-huh. My next one, if I can find it, there it is this one right here.
Nice.
Gene.
Egyptian. Is that
Yeah.
Cleopatra? It is Cleopatra.
It sure is.
Nice. See, that kind of shit I would love just because I'm so into the the Egyptian shit. I have
Mhm.
been since I was young.
Mhm.
I don't care what some people say, but I
Me too.
believe one of my past lives I was part of Egyptian somewhere because like there's so much been a fascination since like as young as I can remember.
Right.
And
Me
there
too.
usually is a meaning behind that when you like something like that and you have
Mhm.
in the
Such
knowledge
a
you know without even doing. Yeah, it's
yeah.
the woman who committed er, yeah, that must have been one hell of a thing, but she let a venomous snake bite her to kill so she would die.
So they say.
Yeah, so they say it's one of it's that's
Did
the
you know that they found her burial
yeah,
box?
yeah, I do know that they eventually found it, but I think in a way, I don't think it wasn't a snake. I think she actually took poison
Probably.
because
It's a
it would have
woman
been
thing to do.
well, look, poison would have went through her system and actually killed her way faster than a snake bite would have.
Yeah.
Because we all know, yes, snake bites can kill you, but it's a slow process.
Yes.
It's
And she
slow.
did not have
It's slow.
time.
Yeah, and she didn't like it didn't take very long before she passed away.
Mhm.
Which is
No, but
why I've always said I think it was poison,
right. She could have
which
drank it. She
and
could have.
she
Yeah.
could have drank venomous poison from the snake though.
Yeah.
That
I mean,
now that's more.
the story has been told so many times over in so many languages that who knows what the real story is, you
And that's
know?
what they say is because you know it's like when the story it gets changed over the
Mhm.
years. It's the same thing
Mhm.
like what they say about the biblical stories. A lot of
Yeah.
them
Yeah.
it's there's so many stories that
Mhm.
are on top of each other doing. I've recently been like what could have actually caused like different things in the biblical thing and they're finding I'm just like that's interesting to but it makes a lot of sense like how could Sodom and Gomorrah actually what would have actually caused it to burn and do that like what would cause that
Mhm. Mhm.
and that area supposedly like where um that area sat, it is actually the minerals and gases that were in that area that
Mhm.
caused it, like the explosions and the fire and the pieces
Mhm.
falling down, and they actually thing and it actually happened. So they's like, so it very well could have been that.
Right. They're
It's just the
finding
way. It's just the
scientific
way.
proof. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
That's
but that's
interesting.
cool that they can prove that shit like that could have happened,
Mhm.
and it's just like story, like different stories, you know.
Mhm.
Well, and it's just too it if another story like that is the Noah's Ark. But you know how many different another cultures have said the same thing all over the world,
Mhm.
the same
Yeah.
story about Noah and the flood.
Yeah.
It was not just one part of the world; it's been all over the world.
Yeah. It
Kind
could
of
have been a
interesting.
really big flood, you know, like it could have been a real big flood.
And yeah, and it's like it's they still believe that the mount that it was supposed to that it landed on,
Oh yeah.
they've been doing that. They're trying more and more, trying to do the do scans of that area to actually think, but they have recently, because I watch on my, that's one thing with Disney I really like watching. I forget who I'm watching, but it's something biblical stories, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And their biggest thing was trying to get, the technology we have today to look at stuff at a 3D dimension to see if,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
well, when they did their scan from the sky thing,
Yeah.
it came down to what they think is Noah's Ark. They're pretty sure
Right.
is Noah's Ark because there is three different levels.
Oh well.
So I was like, that's cool that they actually got that technology and you can see it now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can see the undergrowth
Yeah, well,
under the
it
growth.
was, yeah, well, the biggest thing was to see if it had at least three compartments, like it goes down three, and it did,
Mm-hmm.
which is what like blows my mind that they're
Right.
actually proving that it really could be because it is that big of a boat.
Right. Wow.
Yeah, right. I can only imagine.
Wow, those animals.
Yeah, right.
Wild animals.
Well, most of the animals supposedly had they came on their own. He didn't have to tell them; they just
All
knew.
right. Right, right, right.
But it wasn't just animals; there was dinosaurs too.
Yeah.
Yep. I really want to on my bucket list is to go to I want to say it's in Missouri.
Mm.
They have the life size boat and they built it and they made it into a museum so that you could
Hmm.
actually
Yeah.
see what it would be like to be in that boat,
Wow.
how big it was, and where the animals were, where the water was stored, where the food was, where the people were, everything.
Wow.
I would love, yeah, that's something I want to go. It's on my list. I would love to go there.
Hmm. Have you seen the newest I don't know what it's called, but it's about Moses, and it has Russell Crowe in it. It has Emma Watson in it.
I have
It's a
not.
it's a newer one.
Nice. I watched all
Yeah.
of them, and I've had every one of them has been really good. Like
Yeah, this one was really good.
the one that I forget, was it just called Noah? I forget, but it had to do with the flood. But it also showed this movie also showed the as the fallen angels come down,
Not Moses. What
and
am I talking about? Jesus.
Yeah, Moses is what he's the one that split the sea.
yeah,
Yeah,
well,
I know. I was like,
he
what the
split the
fuck? What did I
sea.
just say?
And he did the Ten Commandments. Usually it's Noah. No, normally Noah.
Noah. Thank you. I think it's called Noah.
Yeah, most of them. I was gonna say the last movie I watched, and I think it was, and that's the one I'm describing is the one that
Yeah.
has the fallen angels in it, and they show them as trees and whatnot. It's really cool. I really like that
I
movie.
have the DVD of the Bible. It's like
Oh
a
yeah, that one too is a good. That's actually a good story. And I got when that movie
Mhm.
came out, it was one of my Christmas gifts from the family that adopted me. I saw
Yeah.
we
Oh,
ended up
that's
getting
a
that movie.
long. It came with like 4 CDs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love watching that.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, I'm doing the thing because yeah, that's the last one I watched, but it was also too because once that was also talked about his one son that was married to the girl that supposedly couldn't have kids, and um mom went to Noah's Noah's grand his dad and asked for her to be able to become pregnant and have children. And while they were on the boat, she ended up becoming pregnant with twins. And Noah's like, "This not no no no, this can't be." And
Mm,
the faith, but he had the faith, had the whatever with the faith of what God had and what it had in store. And he's like, "This can't be," and let things
mhm,
be because God really does. God really is in control. It says because it pushed Noah's patience thing, but he was obedient and did what God said about building it. So
mhm.
I can only imagine those people when the flood started coming and the people were banging on it. Let us in. I'm like, well, you all for 3 years said that he was full of shit. So why would they want us?
Mhm.
Yeah, when they realize it's true, and then they want everything to oh but
Mhm.
but that's in what they say. By the end, people they'll be begging to know God and whatever. It's what they say.
You know what's a really good movie too is what year was that? 2000. It
What movie?
uh, I can't remember the name. Hey, OG.
Hey, OG.
Um, I want to
Cheers.
say 2018 or 2020 something, 2022 or something like that. I can't remember what it is called. But it basically has to do with like humanity, the Great Flood.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, and I do I like sure. The funny thing when what's his name, the Steve Carell plays Noah.
Mm.
That's a
Oh
great
yeah,
way.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's a
that's a good.
funny one.
That's a great way to explain a lot of how people resist things
Mhm.
because it no he was in the office and
Yeah.
whatnot and
Yeah.
he kept trying to cut off his beard and thing, and he just
It
kept
was
growing
real.
back. That movie was hilarious.
Yeah, that movie was funny.
But it got its point across. That's the big thing. It got its point across.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
stubborn we really are.
Yep.
I think a lot of us too is we're stubborn because we're the people that we need proof to believe that something's real.
Yeah.
It's yeah. Unfortunately, just how we are as humans.
Yep. Meow.
Yep, she's being her wacky old self, and her tail is all poofy as all get out, and she's picking on Luna.
Oh.
Yeah, Miss. I know you were messing with her. Leave her alone. Meow. Whine. Yep, you're gonna whine at me because I'm picking you up.
How you doing, OG?
Leave her alone. Meow at me all you want. Leave her alone. She just, for whatever reason, she does
Mhm.
not like Luna.
Mhm. The human race has been down to less. Down to two less. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Like that was one of the um
Yeah.
discoveries
Yeah.
it was actually there was water that water had gone that far into or a flooding
Mhm.
had happened in the Egyptian area and in that yeah it totally said yeah
In the Middle East, yeah.
or the I'm no I'm talking about the Sphinx because it was the Sphinx that they noticed the water lines
Yeah.
because the Sphinx being so thing
Understand.
and they they're pretty sure that there is um, space inside of there, but
Right, OG?
because it's such a monumental thing, they're not allowed to. They're not going to just try to excavate it to see what's in it because
Right. Right.
it's such a big. What you got to think, a lot of people don't realize when they first discovered the Sphinx. It was all the way almost all the way under sand, like, as you
All
see it
right.
now and how
Take
tall it
care.
was.
Take care, Neil.
Neil, later, Neil.
Sorry.
Nope, you're all right. But when they found the Sphinx, it was buried under sand.
Yep.
And I'm thinking just how many years that now that they've had to keep taking sand off of these area out a lot of these areas so that they can go back to them.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Right? See, OG's right.
All
People
right.
don't have faith anymore in
Well,
anything.
and that was the one thing that you know, and I'm just saying it at this time, but it's how Jesus always said to the people that he was there was, "Look, you have me standing in front of you." Now think about it. When in the future that I'm not going to be here, and they have to believe that I am real. They have to believe.
Mm-hmm.
That really does that kind of like hits because it's whatever to believe in something that isn't. You just gotta believe. It does. It makes a lot of difference in a lot of things. Just believing.
Mm-hmm. See, Shay
What's that
is
song?
more. Yes.
No, I'm thinking it says that song. It says "Don't stop believing." Yeah, for real.
Yeah, yeah. Shay is agnostic, so she believes in something.
Yeah.
It's just not
What?
what.
What? Not specifically. Yeah, exactly. There's
Yes.
nothing wrong with that. Well,
And
and
then,
and yeah, and I will, and I have said it multiple times. Like, look, the scientist Stephen Hawking, a good example. He
mm,
for most of his life was an atheist.
mm,
Um, the last, I want to say, the last 5 years or so of his life, he started to believe that there really was something that was
mm,
greater than.
right.
So he ended up changing. Like it does happen. It does happen. Um,
Yeah.
but being a scientist, it's harder for them to convey. But like shit, if somebody like Stephen Hawking can change his mind, then
Right? OG? Right?
well, exactly. And that's just it. We're adults. We get to choose
Yeah, yeah,
what we believe and what we don't. We don't got to listen to what our parents tell us to believe and whatnot either. That's
yeah,
another.
yeah. As,
And
as soon as I hit like 16, no, like 14, 15, I was like, hey, this ain't my jam.
right, and you just got to but some people force their children to be, and I'm like, that's
Yeah.
not right. I don't think that's right that you're forcing them.
No, I think they should make up their own mind in what they believe in.
I get it if they're living with you. That's one thing. But like once they hit a certain age and, if they really
Yeah.
don't want to do it, I mean, like, I'm not saying that thing, but I mean, they should be able to have the choice, which is
Right.
why I always say, like, people don't understand, but I'm like, God gave us that choice. That's why we get
Yeah.
to choose what we decide.
Yeah. He gave us that freedom of
Yeah.
choice.
Well, and see, a lot of people don't want to believe that. That's kind of like it's weird. But then you've
Yeah.
got the different religions who want to believe this, and this, and it's fucked up. And you know what? I'm sorry, I'm not trying to ramble, but I am. But I didn't realize that Teresa Caputo is she's a Catholic,
Really?
and she's what does she say? A practicing Catholic. And she said
Mm.
when she started becoming this, like, that, she was taught that it's not right,
Right.
but she couldn't, like, but there was nothing. She started to having to go with it because
Yeah.
she was getting all this information, and but she every time that she's encountered somebody, she has helped them.
Yeah.
Like, she helps them move on because, like, some
Yeah.
people needed that comfort. A lot of times it's that they need to hear from the loved ones that they did what they were supposed to, and they're like, they can let it go. I know there was
Biology. That's crazy. That's awesome.
yeah, and then a lot of people like do believe that, you're here for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever, I believe that because I've been there,
Oh
done
yeah.
that too, and I know whatever what am I'm supposed to do, I'm not done doing on earth, obviously.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
because come on, some people like
There
look
you
at
go. Yeah. Most religions are corrupt.
exactly. I tell you what, the and I've been to churches and done whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very picky about what I go to, but
Yeah.
most churches, I don't care who you are, what religion, majority of them are more judgmental than the average person.
Oh my God. Yeah. Not all of them,
No,
but
no, no. I
a
just said
lot of
a lot
them.
of them that are, so to speak, of churchgoers, if you want to put it that way, have got that
Yeah.
mind of, we're
Sarah.
better than you. You shouldn't be dressed this way. You shouldn't do this. Yeah, they're very judgmental. I've been there, done that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Which isn't right. Like, I've told people before, and it's even said before, you don't got to go to church to believe.
No. My house is my temple. Is my church.
Exactly. And then when you've got more than one person praying, you got that group thing going on. So
Yeah.
woo, wee.
You want to
Hey,
wrestle a
Marisol.
preacher?
I want to arm wrestle a preacher. That's cool. Uh, I get it though, because like I said, like I went to the church that I went to because I loved the pastor. He
Mhm.
was down to earth. He wasn't better. He didn't act like he was better than everything, like his son
Mhm.
does. His son
No.
is now the preacher of the church, and
Mhm.
There's not very many people there anymore.
Mm,
He's just got one of those attitudes he has for a long
mm,
time, because for a long time he did not want to be he didn't want to be the preacher. So you know that how
right.
that attitude had to come up.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it just okay. I don't want to be in that kind of environment. Like that's just it's not.
Yeah.
But kind of interesting, and I knew I loved watching him grow as the youth pastor of that church is actually now a pastor of his own church.
Oh, good.
And I like going out there, but but going with them, that it's a long drive.
Is it? Oh,
Yeah, it's just sitting in the car for a long period of time.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
I do if he was closer, it'd be a thing. Like he would pick me up on
Mhm.
Sundays if I asked him. He's done it before.
Oh, wow.
Um, because he's always all into about taking people. Like he lives here in Fort Wayne, but their church is in I forget. It's an hour away, and I forget what the little town is. It's a little town, but and and that's a great environment. But like I said, it's a long drive.
Right, Para. And yeah, would you? Some.
Exactly. There is. There's just some people like I said, I loved his dad. I love the pastor it was there. His dad was awesome. His dad made you feel welcome. His dad made you didn't have to be certain. Now his son on the other hand is just he makes you feel like if you're not as good as he is and his family, and it's just yeah.
Hmm.
It's like you said, it's just some people weren't meant
No.
to do that. Like
Yeah.
it's and I will tell you, like even the guy that he is now pastor,
Hmm.
he's told me, because his mom and dad used to punish him with that they had to do the daily reading or whatever, and punished him with it.
Uh,
So he does that. So he does his one-on-one thing on his own time and now because of that.
mhm. Wow.
See, and I was like, see, even like when you go with that, you can't force your kids to.
No.
I'm glad he stuck with what he's doing, but like you again, because he was forced to do it, he just does it when he feels it's necessary to do it.
Right.
Which I don't blame him. I mean, forcing
Right.
that's crazy.
Right.
Well, and it's like any culture
No,
though. There's all
Yeah.
kinds of cultures that do that same thing, and it's not just religion.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's cold in here.
Well, shit, I was just like what I was telling you about in these countries that they used to do it for a reason, and now there's no real reason why these cultures need to do that to the women because it's
Right.
very harmful to them.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, there's
it's the
purple stuff.
mutation. It's the mutation, and I'm like, fuck that. I'm glad that these girls were standing up for themselves and saying, I'm not getting
Right.
that done,
Yeah.
because it's a lot in their culture to stand up to what that shit.
Yeah, it is.
oh,
But unfortunately, it's like the only thing that they give a shit about is getting something out of marrying their daughter out of,
Yeah. Yep.
and that's
Yep.
sad.
Yeah, I don't like that. Never did.
Yeah, it is. It's just the way that those cultures have always
hear
done
me.
things, and it sucks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why? Oh,
What? Can't hear you.
you can't hear me?
No, I'm talking to Maggie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, right, OG, right. Well, and I will, and I don't. Most. I'm not saying all of them, but any group and Hillstrong, that church is corrupt. But most corrupt churches are on in the social media.
Mm,
They're making money off of what they're doing.
right.
And there's usually behind the scenes shit that was going on, and there sure the hell
Oh yeah.
was. That's the sad part is that they do these to make money and then get away with doing the shit that they do to the kids and shit. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah, OG's right. It's something you shouldn't be forced into doing or inherit. Being a
Exactly.
pastor or a man of God or whatever.
It should
You
be.
should be
It should
called
be.
to it.
Yeah.
Like,
If you're called, if you're
my
yeah,
dream job was to be an archaeologist, an Egyptologist.
yeah. There you go.
And I just carried on my passion through learning
Yeah, that's
as much
like
as I
me.
could.
Yeah, I learned a lot about. There's every time when I was younger. I'll tell you what. Whenever they did the live versions of anything in Egypt, I was always
Hmm.
watching them.
Yeah.
One of the new
What
discoveries that they were making.
what what got me into Egypt was the first Mummy movie.
Really?
I was a kid. I wasn't allowed to watch it because apparently it was scary, quote unquote.
It was rated. It was most of them are. I think I want to say it is. I want to say it is rated R, but I don't know.
I don't think it's rated R. I think it's
I think it's
PG.
PG-13, but there's
Yeah,
a reason for why why there's a lot
yeah.
of different stuff in it. Yeah.
There's scare tactics and stuff
Yep,
involved
yep,
in it.
yeah, exactly. Especially when the mummy does his coming out when he first
Yeah,
does,
yeah,
and we see visual of bugs chewing on a human. Yeah, that kind
yeah,
of like yeah.
yeah.
I well for me, like I said, I knew that it was something in my passion because, like I said, is I was really young when
Right,
started
OG?
watching him. Like I said, I would watch on the TV program channels that they would do live of like when they had found they had taken a brick out and there was a hole, so they sent um a race car racer with camera in it to see what was in there.
Oh, the technology back then, hey.
Exactly. I mean, like that's been
Now they have like these long wires and that you can go
yeah. I
in with
was gonna
a
say, but
tiny little
I'm just
camera.
thinking. I'm thinking that's been like more than 30 years ago.
Yeah. I think I remember that.
But
Them
I
going in
just
there with the camera. I think I remember that very
it
clearly.
is that was one of the first things that it was a live thing that they were showing it live.
Hmm.
I've I was the thing because like I'll tell you like over the years and I'm like watching different things and then as like King Tut was his fate was almost like gonna happen because um his mom and dad were like really close. They were they were brother and sister completely.
Right, right, OG. I agree with
It wasn't so bad in the like a lot of the
yeah.
well that's why I was mentioning OG you said that, but that's the reason why I was mentioning Hillsong. Um there was a multi they were making money with their music videos, um
Hmm.
their concerts, everything.
Mhm.
They were selling albums and but there is a documentary of them on a Discovery
Mm.
of that.
Oh wow.
I was watching it. They have each episode has been like almost like 2 hours because they have people that were actually a part of it talking about it.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because it's finally came out in the light. People brought it to light and how corrupt it really
Yeah.
was. And it usually
Mhm.
does. Those kind of like I said, any of those that like, hey, yeah, we're out, we're famous, but we're doing shit behind the scenes. But nobody's gonna guess
Mhm.
because we're doing this.
Mhm.
It's their way of covering up shit. Like we're gonna be famous. We're gonna do like we're doing great,
Mhm.
and then behind the scenes, you find out they're being
Total
nasty. And
opposite. Yeah.
yeah,
Like complete opposite.
yeah, that is just it's sickening.
Yeah.
People that have to do with church and have to bring that do shit with kids like that. That's just
Yeah.
sick.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
again, I hate bringing it up, but back in the day, that's where those huge Catholic churches started the child abuse
Yeah.
and sexual abuse. It like
Yeah.
that. It
Yeah.
started way back in the day
Mhm.
in the churches. Like that just that's wow. You know,
Yeah.
so I'm this. I'm a hierarchy. I can't get in trouble for it. So I'm going to do this. Yeah, no.
Mhm.
It always gets busted some way, but look, it's
Yep.
happening everywhere. Look what happened to Diddy. About damn time.
Yep. About damn time. Yeah. Exactly.
Just saying.
Mhm. Just saying. Just throwing that out there.
Hey, well, you know what, OG, you're not the only one. Alien movie did freak me out when I first started because I was young when we were young when that movie came out.
I've always loved the Alien versus Predator movies. All of them.
Yeah, I liked it, but once I got into like what it like it kind of freaked me out, but I've always liked Sigourney Weaver. I've always grew up watching her, and Alien is one of her famous movies. Well, see, you know what, OG, that's me. I grew up watching the
You want
scary
to
movies and whatnot. My very first experience of watching my very first scary movie was Return of the Living Dead, and I was 8.
I'm hungry, but I don't know what to eat. I feel like I'm not hungry for lunch, but I'm hungry for snacks. But I should eat lunch.
Turkey sandwich.
Turkey sandwiches. I've been having
Yeah, I
a
was
lot
gonna
of
say I got
them.
turkey. I think that's what I'm gonna end up making for my
Um,
lunch too. Is making me some turkey.
crackers. Um,
I think I'm gonna have a turkey sandwich.
You know that sounds good. I haven't had one of those in a long time. That sounds good.
Right? Right? Sounds good, right?
Because turkey like that, I'm only eat. I love eating my dark meat. I love the dark meat.
Okay.
Well, and no, I believe that's what they are. OG, I believe that's what they are. They are cults. I don't. I
Yeah.
think they use the word church because it's
Yeah.
more.
Because I get a tax break.
Well,
Tax.
yeah. Well, it makes it easier for them to do whatever they want under the word church versus if they say they're a cult.
Churches and stuff.
Because we all know if you're a part of a cult, you're going to be watched.
I really If they're
Yeah, that's what I meant.
if they're non-profit, non-for-profit, I don't think they have. But I'm, like, I think like people can get tax breaks from donating,
Yeah.
but only if they get a receipt.
At least I feel.
Yeah, I don't think they need. I should probably put my bread in the fridge.
Oh.
Oh.
Wah, wah. Are your buns all moldy too? Buns are
How
fun.
did that happen?
How does that happen? Your buns are fun.
You don't got to be sorry, because most of us know that's the truth.
That is sour though. But I mean, it shouldn't make a difference.
No.
I just need to get my Cobb spread. Well, it lasts better. And I think, like, a lot of the time
Yeah.
when mold occurs on things,
Yeah.
it's where someone has touched, right? So, like, and one really common one is cheese,
Yeah.
right?
Because that's the only way you can make blue cheese.
Because that's the only way you can make blue cheese.
I
So,
cannot eat.
I
I
leave the
cannot
plastic on the
eat blue.
cheese so
The
you
blue
can grab
cheese
the
is
block
one
of
that
cheese
I
without
cannot
physically
eat.
touching it.
Yeah.
Right?
I agree with you, Ray, and I can't stomach it.
Blue cheese.
That's
Blue cheese.
Yeah.
but I can't
But if-
stomach that
but if
cheese. But
you
I love.
touch the block,
I love cottage cheese.
it tends to
I
mold.
love blue cheese.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Huh?
That's why I say it's that contact, right? So, at Cobb's,
I love
they're
my
big,
cottage cheese and
like
Doritos.
they're trained. They wash their fucking hands.
Right.
At a grocery store, do you
No.
think they really focus on that?
No.
Not nearly as much as a baker would. Don't do that.
Sorry.
I hate that.
Sorry. I realized as soon as I did it, I was like,
It's fun 'cause
Oh,
I did something similar with my peanut butter, and I was like, what the fuck? And then I realized what I had done, so I scooped a big scoop with a brand new clean knife, and then I was like, geez, that's a lot of freaking peanut butter, and I just kind of like, I didn't like scrape the knife or anything, but I just kind of like knocked some of it off the side of the container, and I was like, what did I do? How did I do? Why did I do that?
you did exactly what you don't like being done.
I know, but then I realized I'm like, my knife hasn't touched the bread.
Right.
That's the part I don't like.
Right.
Because that means that I'm putting breadcrumbs and dirty shit into something clean. Right? Which is what I don't like about people doing it to like the mayo, like you just did, because you spread it on the bread. And we were just talking about mold.
she's really got some really weird things, because that would drive me nuts if I could. Yeah.
I have reasons for my madness.
You know what? I get you. I get you. I'm not knocking you. I'm not
Double dip
knocking
your
you, Shay.
knife, Don't get crumbs in my shit. Mold.
Mold.
I'll be right back.
Okay. I don't care. Doesn't bother me any.
It don't mean either. We do it all the time here. She wouldn't eat none of our food.
Nope. Hey, cornbread.
Hey, cornbread.
Hey, cornbread.
Yeah, here's a reason for my madness.
I know.
I kind of figured that much.
You kind of figured that much.
Well, some people don't realize that,
Yeah.
right? Like, I don't just say things or have issues with things for no
No
reason.
reason.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm the same way. I'm the same way.
And
Yeah.
usually people don't realize the reason until I explain it.
Mhm.
I know
Now, when it
sometimes
comes to
people will
anything that
say
has
I'm a
to do with
slow eater.
kitchen
Well, there's a reason why I
or something
became a
like
slow
that,
eater.
there's one
Mhm.
simple explanation.
Mhm.
And it
I
was
was
because
classically
apparently I
trained.
ate fast when I was younger and I ended up choking.
So,
Oh wow.
for the most part, I just
Yeah.
know better than other people.
Mhm.
I get told a lot that I'm a slow eater and I'm like,
Nah.
and I was like, well, if you went through what I went through when I was really young, you'd be too.
Mhm. Mhm.
I have my times though. I have because I've
For
been at
actually.
jobs where
Mhm.
you only have a certain amount of time to eat something. So I've been there, done that.
Ah, OG.
Yeah, right. Right.
Pardon me.
Though I will say it over again, and I don't people like it or not, but I commend Omar and Melissa
Mhm.
for realizing, neither one of them were in love anymore. They were very young
Mhm.
when they got together. So, they changed.
Mhm.
And it was, I mean, I think that's awesome that they both admitted that neither one of them, it was just time to
At least
not
they're
be
still
together. And
together,
then
though.
plus they co-parent, and now they co-parent. So,
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
now their kids are all adults, but still.
Right.
They're still
Wrong.
friends.
Yep.
No.
Yeah, and that's what I said is awesome. But if you didn't realize, Purple, Omar and Tiffany are no longer together.
Are they really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he said
No.
something. I told her about a month ago. He made a video about it because people were asking, and he's like, "Yeah, Tiffany and I are friends, but we're no longer together. We both decided it was, it was mutual."
Ah.
Mhm. Yep.
But they have each other. They still have stuff to do with each other's kids, and they do go see
Did you
and
see
go
my
do
conversation with my dad?
Yeah.
everything.
How annoying is that?
That was very
They never
annoying.
were married, though.
You know how much I
No,
have
they
to.
were engaged, but that was it.
Yeah.
They never ended up getting married, which is probably a better good thing that they weren't married and didn't have to do no
Yeah.
all the paperwork and
Right?
you know and see, like I said, when you can be an adult about something like that, things are better.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, it just because they're not together, didn't think like he said, she'll come out and do things because she still comes out on the farm and checks on the animals and stuff. Shit, as long as it took to build that that house because the people were giving him runarounds is bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
He had it then. It took him 3 years because they were fucking around.
Wow.
Well, yeah. If you make it stretch and keep making it stretch out, you're gonna get more money out of it. I guarantee that's why they did it. Exactly, OG. Divorces can be expensive, but or not. How my husband it was easy for him is his ex-wife decided when they were fighting at one point in their relationship to go file it and then left it. She didn't do nothing. Well, the thing was the 6 years came up and the court actually thing and Boomy and I were together and his friend told him to court and Boomy's like, well, I'm going to go to court and figure out what it was. All he had to do was sign the papers and his divorce was done. No more. He didn't have to pay shit.
I didn't pay nothing for mine.
Yeah, well, she had filed it 6 years before time, and so it was done. And yep, and she tried to be like, "I didn't sign those papers," and yeah, okay. And like literally, that happened August of that year, and then 3 months later, after Thanksgiving, Boomy asked me to marry him.
Mhm.
3 months after his divorce was final.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because like I said, if it wasn't for him, have his buddies, he had a piece of mail that came to his buddy and it said something about court, and he's like, "Oh, well, I'm going to go to the court and figure out what this is." And come to find out, it was they were going to toss it, whatever. But since he came in, he literally signed the papers, and his divorce was done. How it was already written up that she had written that if the papers get signed, she had to go court and change her name. So putting it out there, you just because you get into a little fight or a little incident with your
So,
significant other,
Yeah.
don't go
suffice to say,
hastily and file a divorce.
Mhm.
Whew. I don't hear Shanna anymore.
No, I don't
I'm
either.
here.
but then it was like,
I'm here.
you mentioned it
Nah.
like the next day, and it was, they didn't have any. They might not have
It
even
is.
gotten
It is. It's interesting because we've been live for an hour and 10 minutes already. I don't know how that happened.
Wow, eh?
it was long.
Time flew by.
Time did fly by. Anyways, Neil is probably getting ready to start his show, so let's
All
head
right
over
on.
to Neil's so that,
Right on.
right on, right on, right on. Alright, guys, take care, and we'll
Later,
see you
everyone.
again tomorrow. Meow.
Tomorrow. Tomorrow.
Dotting rain on the screen, gypsy witches in the green, casting spells ain't what it seems, living life inside a dream. Magic herbs fill the air, smoking